Greetings, you outdated and malfunctioning mods of the human experience, and welcome back to Stellaris with me, Alathrex, and of course, welcome to our newest full playthrough using the second of the challenging origins, Broken Shackles. This, of course, is one of 3 origins, which has been added in the new DLC, First Contact. So this empire, honestly, seems utterly bizarre to me, even more so with the Payback origin. You start off with so many different species in your empire, you can't customize them except for your main species, which you get a few extra ones of, and you get very, very little given to you. Somewhere else, there's an advanced empire with your ladder to the sky, essentially MSI is still somewhere in the galaxy, and you get an extra envoy and extra infiltration speed, which to me really seems like this would be a good criminal organization. But don't worry, we're not doing that today, we're doing something else. And actually, on that note, it is surprising how many people really hate the criminal organization. Apparently, I'm just a bit out of date. Indeed, today we are going to be playing as fanatic egalitarians and xenophiles. We are going to be a democratic nation with meritocracy and beacon of liberty. Which may scream to you, oh, Lathrix is going to be the good guys maybe, or at least pretend to be the good guys. We're going to be fanatics. That's what the fanatic egalitarian element is there. We are all about freedom, but mostly we are about the freedom of populations, not so much the empires themselves. So the end goal is to have one super federation taking over the entire galaxy, with us, not as emperor, but as custodian. We are actually going to be pretty good guy about it, but warfare is going to be a big part of our empire overall. Anytime we see authoritarians, we are definitely going to go after them, make them our vassals, or just try to change them completely, and that's going to be it. And also with the Galactic community, going to try and force things like the, I think it's the 5-year plan, or something like that, which stops empires from having owned populations. Our whole thing is freedom within empire. So you know what, actually overall, pretty good guys, but very heavy-handed about it. To the point of maybe insanity. Nah, we're always the good guys. Either way, our main species are humans. I don't know if this will somehow force Sol into the galaxy. I really want to find Sol if possible. We are adaptive, nomadic, and wasteful, which I believe is the human starter trait, I think. As I've already mentioned, we have the Broken Shackles origin. I'll get into all of these when we actually get into the game itself. All you really need to know is we're starting with next to nothing, and it goes from there. That's really it. As for our ships, we're going with the humanoid ships, and that's really it. It's going to be a challenging run, but this is quite a powerful empire, if not one of the more powerful ones. Fanatic egalitarian, giving you extra specialist resource output, meritocracy, more specialist output, we get more unity and less empire size from pops. Then eventually we're either going to go into idealistic foundation if we don't have enough happiness already. Utopian abundance is a goal as well, making them incredibly happy by giving them everything they want. Or we could go even more mad and go into shared burdens, really leaning in to the fanatic egalitarian element, and that making it everything. So it all depends on how far we go in the game. Honestly, it is likely we go into Masterful Crafters, though it all really does depend on how the Empire evolves when it's in the game itself. So the United Suns are starting off on Vrinn. I've just chosen this name randomly, which I think makes sense since we just crashed there. It wasn't any of our homeworlds. And so, let's look at the difficulty. So we're going to have the crisis strength, of course, set to maximum, the end game starting incredibly early at 2,325, the mid game 50 years early as well. We have the random crisis type. I will go with the all type eventually. Difficulty is set to Grand Admiral, and scaling is set to mid game difficulty. So after the first 50 years, they get all of these cheating bonuses, and the AI becomes a lot more powerful. With vassals, honestly, having it set to off can be better, because all those cheating elements, if you just get one vassal, luckily, you just rocket through the game. So I honestly think this is probably the better way of doing things. And as you can see, this game is eligible for achievements. We are going with Iron Man again. I hope this time it doesn't bite us in the butt. So, we begin our second of the origins to break our shackles and free the galaxy through our peaceful methods. Cannons are peaceful. Hey everyone, Future Lathrix here, as is tradition with these 4 playthroughs. Just here to say that first of all, I really love my new home here with the new loading screen, but also this is easily my favourite out of the first 2 origins I've tested out so far. Payback was really good, this one completely sold me. I love the themes of it, I love the absolutely dreadful start it gives you, but the bonuses and all the events it gives you later on really make up for that, and even you have the potential, if you can get over that, to make a really powerful empire with some of the hidden things which happen over time. And now I've learned some of those, I really wish I did certain things differently, but overall, loved playing this Empire, even if I never learned that maybe battleship spam isn't the best thing anymore. Still trying to learn that. Either way though, I really do hope you enjoyed this video. It was an absolute pleasure to record it, and likes and comments help so much, since sadly these videos are still absolute poison to the algorithm, but are the reason I enjoy making videos. The full playthrough style is what I love making, and I really do hope you enjoy it as well. So to combat the poison, to combat the shorts, and to wear the trousers, please, likes and comments. And with that, back into the past, to break our shackles and free the galaxy to join us. Broken shackles, free at last. Some were born into bondage, others crippled by debt found themselves sold as indentured labour. But the technology of our former masters was not enough to save them. In secret, we planned our mutiny. During the brief bloody struggle, our captors were killed and their ship critically damaged. An emergency landing left us stranded on the surface of Vrinn. Though we are made up of species from many different worlds, under your leadership, we have found common cause. In time, the damaged systems of the vessel will be repaired, and its bounty of secrets, including the location of our former homeworlds, will be revealed. Our shackles are broken. Now, the work begins. So here we are on our little homeworld in, a 3-star system, which is lovely, and there's a few things we're going to notice straight away. So first of all, we have these terrible little buildings. These give really inefficient versions of normal buildings. The best examples are the makeshift farms, giving homesteaders rather than farmers, which just produce less food than average, and then you have the laboratory complex, which provides a really, really rubbish type of scientist, which only gives a minute amount of science each. We're also actually a little bit unstable already. Wow, why are people so unhappy straight away into the game? I don't really know what's causing the sheer unhappiness. Yeah, this shouldn't be that unhappy, right? There we go. Okay, so that just needs to update for some reason, I guess, because of the lack of jobs for a second there. So, yeah, we also have unique stuff like the scavenger sites, which will provide tiny bits of tech, less than 1 each, and a little bit of alloys and a little bit of amenities. It's really, really dire. But on the upside, we do have the free at last buff, which is giving us loads of stuff, especially loads of extra unity, and then we have stellar culture shock giving us loads of negatives. That'll go away in 10 years, that'll go away in 20. We have loads of ship debris, which we can't just remove straight away. There'll be events soon. So when I did the test run, I ran for the first 5 years, so it's going to be a bit spoilery till then. Then I am absolutely clueless like usual. So we have 3 ocean worlds nearby. That's really weird, and not really what I hoped for. As you can see, we have a myriad of species here. During my test run, I actually had lithoids. It doesn't seem like that's happened this time. And also, we don't have a shipyard anymore. I was about to say we have space in the shipyard, but we don't even have a shipyard. In my test run, we definitely had that, though there has been an update recently, so it could have changed in that, because apparently this start wasn't mean enough already. Look how little everything we're getting. It just seems so much weaker than the, what's the other one? Payback Origin. Anyway, enough waffling from me. I'll be back when some events start to occur. To unite against our former masters was easy. With a common enemy, we struggled and fought as one. But with freedom, cracks have started to appear. We are a people of many worlds, and our politics are no less diverse. New factions are being founded, more will surely follow. As a people, how well we navigate these differences will determine our fate. So for 10 years, we had an extra faction unity game, because the factions are randomized. We have a xenophobe and pacifist, so that's the isolationists, we have the technological faction, and we have the xenophile egalitarian. Okay, so we're not going to suppress any of them, because that's not the type of fanatics we are, but we are going to heavily promote the xenoist faction, because that is literally our ethics, or ethics, as I'm now going to call them. Okay, so they want benevolent subjugation, that's fine. I want to try and do minimal subjugation this time, but we'll see how the game goes, because this is a challenging origin. I don't want to handicap myself too much, but yeah, I don't think it fits the Empire very well. Okay, so we have our first construction vessel finally on the way, because one thing I didn't mention is, as you can see, none of the mining stations are built in our home system. Normally you have a few of them built, at very least. Not with this origin. On the upside, our first science ship and first construction vessel are now on the way. I've also went ahead and started to build an industrial district, and we now have the crashed ship. Repairing the computer core of the crashed ship should reveal the location of our former homeworlds, as well as Minimar's specialized industries, the villains of the galaxy. So as far as I know, how this works is once you get a certain tech, the buildings will upgrade. For instance, the laboratory complex would have eventually become proper labs, but I really want this Unity quickly. That's the thing, I need the Unity, I want loads of science vessels, I'm going with Map the Stars, because we're going with Discovery first, I want our precursor stuff done, I just want all those bonuses as quickly as possible. And maybe that's a terrible idea, but that's what we're going to be going with anyway. At least for now. Going to be replacing this with the monument for loads more Unity, and replacing the power plant with... Oh, I don't actually have the ability to make the entertainment industry. Well, that's pretty bad because we're suffering from lack of amenities and there's nothing I can do about it then. Maybe this will be the only one I change. You know what? We'll keep that because I do want that to eventually upgrade. I am going to change this then instead into the monument. The power plant. Ooh, wonderful. Though, absolutely pointless for Map of Stars, and that's my favourite of the precursors. Though I have now wasted my traditions. I only went into Discovery purely for Map of the Stars, because we're not going to be tech-heavy for a very long time. It's good bad, you know? After the mutiny, the engineering bay of the vessel was rapidly repurposed as a rudimentary lab complex. Having adapted to life on Vrinn, our engineers have made improvements and upgrades to better suit our needs. So now we do have a proper lab complex, so yeah, a bit more tech now coming in, although we are still suffering from stellar culture shock, which is definitely a big negative. After the mutiny, there were some among us who said we should go our separate ways. They argued that Vrinn was not our home, that we were nothing but a motley band of indentured assets, and that the challenges before us were too great to overcome. But with the building of our first outpost, we've shown exactly what a free people can accomplish. The only limit is our own imagination. And that was the last event I had in my test run. Everything else now is going to be completely new to me. You know what? Yeah, let's go with a bit of resources, please. That would be great. In one of their first acts, our fledgling government hastily repurposed several decks of the vessel to serve as a rudimentary administration hub. Now that we have firmly established ourselves on Vrinn, these facilities have been upgraded. Ooh, lovely. Lots more Unity, lots more tech, and lots more consumer goods being consumed. Well, I'm fixing that in a second anyway, so that's fine. I don't really know which of the, which of the ascension paths are we going down? I actually don't know. I kind of like the idea of synths, because it's kind of ironic and everything. We should all be free, we should all have the same collective thought, though, and going down that route is a bit dark, with the fanatic egalitarian, kind of not really understanding it and just kind of perverting it over time. But then, I think genetics might be the best option, because what we could do is keep every species unique. Oh god, there are so many. And, oh god, you're going to have so many tasks. But upgrade each of them to suit what they already were. So for instance, these fellows here are docile and natural engineers, they'll become a tech species. And maybe keep their docile and stuff like that to remove more empire size. The very strong industrious types go with adaptive and everything else, make them a lot stronger and robust. I really don't know. I think it's just going to be which one I get first and which one seems to fit the theme at the time. I think Psychic also works in a way because of the extra happiness. Whoa, Tomb World, Ocean, Savannah. Okay, at least we have one which isn't the same. So what I'm going to be doing as well is naming each of these worlds after one of our species. During the mutiny, the slaver ship which carried us to Vrinn was badly damaged. After the crash, our first priority was survival, and other than stripping the ship for resources, we gave it very little thought. But now the time has come to uncover the secrets of our former masters. To do so, it will be necessary to restore power to the ship's central computer. As a first step, our Hantak engineers, which I assume is actually one of our species, there we go, these are our engineers, they look trustworthy, rigged a series of solar cells to the ship's outer hull. The command consoles in the bridge are now operational. Unfortunately, the engineering deck was sealed off during the crash, and breaking through the blast doors won't be easy. Say this much about Minimar's specialized industries: the scum know how to safeguard their secrets. Prying open the ship's blast doors has proven a monumental task, and what laser cutters we do possess were designed for low-scale mining operations. Only by tunneling up through the deck below was the team able to make any progress. Hantak engineers are now hard at work restoring power to the rest of the ship's systems. Our first new world is going to be colonized by the humans, and will be known as New Sol. Oh, I was going to go in order of habitability. Okay, fine, I was going to call it New Sol 3, but yeah, we actually have an aquatic species here, so I should definitely get the first ocean world. So it's the Thimold Ocean Retreat, maybe? They ended up calling it the Ocean Farming Co. because this has loads of agricultural districts and the species itself are farmers. In fact, they're really, really good farmers. They're aquatic, which means plus 10% food, energy and minerals on an ocean world, but then they also are agrarian. Yeah, this is our farming species. 100%. This is going to be all of our food. While our engineers have managed to restore power to the ship's computer core, a significant chunk of hardware was damaged in the crash. It should be possible to repair, but doing so means putting even more of a strain on our already overburdened science team. Ah, minus 15% research while our research is already terrible? That is pretty mean, honestly. This little cluster I've got here would be perfect for a Fallen Empire run. Each system has at least one world. There's a tomb world which you can add loads of flavour to for like a bit of lore. And it's got only 2 entry points. Just this tiny little perfect cluster. I kind of hate the fact I'm going to expand past it, to be perfectly honest, because right now it's pleasing me to no end. It's soothing. Thanks to some incredible outside-the-box thinking, our engineers have managed to restart the damaged computer core. By introducing a procedural AI to the ship's systems, we were able to engage it in a dialogue. Essentially, we convinced the machine to work with, rather than against us. The breakthrough has provided our scientists with new insights into the nature of data encryption as we continue to make our presence on the galactic stage. Such knowledge should prove invaluable. +1 code breaking. Yeah, I really do think this Empire would be a really good criminal one for people who like to play the criminal organizations. I know that they're a bit of a split opinion there. But either way, +1 envoy, and then extra infiltration speed, and now also extra code breaking. Yeah, that would be so good for a really heavy subterfuge Empire. I said that weirdly, but that's how I said it. We found a random Gaia world. Can one of you go the other way, please? I really want that. Thank you very much. Also, we just got this diverse design. The event popped up and sadly kind of skipped over it. Basically, it was just saying that we are a people of many worlds and everyone is now engaged with all the diverse designs we are creating, and it's giving us extra resources, consumer goods, specialist output. I'm not sure if this just happens when I hit a certain year or what, but it is really powerful and for 10 years. It's also kind of dangerous because in 10 years we're going to get a sudden drop of everything, and if I haven't done my economy correctly, we're going to just crash and burn horribly. So it's nice, but I've got to be careful. Also, we found our first pre-FTL. They are in the Iron Age, and they look like this. The damaged computer core has been fully repaired, and while most of the data is encoded, decryption efforts are already underway. If we're willing to put in the time and allocate the resources, it's only a matter of time before we have access to everything, including the location of our former homeworlds. In fact, we may have already learned something to our advantage. By integrating the hyperlane dilations along the ship's flight path, we have uncovered the galactic coordinates of Minimar's specialized industries. We now have the choice either to confront, our former masters, or leave them to their fate. Well, for a while, we're going to leave them until we're a lot stronger than we are currently. And for 10 years, we get more unity and more happiness. So where are they, then? Normally I'll go with that, but right now I really want the unity. Oh, is that them over there? Ooh. They're not super far away. There is the xenophobe Fallen Empire kind of blocking the way, but good to know. Over there is the scary thing. And there we go, locate homeworlds. A bit expensive. You know what? Yeah, let's go with that now. I mean, it's normally not expensive, but this Empire is very weak tech-wise at the moment, so it's kind of expensive. Okay, I want to grab that first so we can get the next part of our precursor. The faster we get this, the better. Start turning our worlds into Gaia worlds, and that's going to be a lovely bonus. Into the future. We've come a long way since claiming our freedom. The ship we arrived in has been stripped of everything of value, and our technology has advanced to the point that there are very few secrets remaining. But we must never forget the sacrifices of the past, nor the costs of casting off our shackles. The ship shall be converted into a public memorial commemorating the birth of our nation. Unlocks the memorial to the Unshackled decision, which gives us more... which gives us more of our culture worker jobs, which is fantastic. And that's what converts things into districts by the looks of things. Okay. How expensive is it then? Because I really want that, obviously. Ooh. I mean, we're not too far off it, and honestly, we have loads of extra stuff we can just sell off just for now. I did want to stockpile that a bit more, but yeah, I really want that as soon as possible, so let's... wrong world. Let's begin. So in 900 days, we'll have the memorial to the Unshackled, giving us extra culture workers, which is always fantastic, but also giving us proper districts by the sound of things, changing these to other things. Very, very nice. And let's start making some more worlds, shall we? So I think I've made a major mistake here, honestly. I didn't really get how much of a big deal this would be, but I think what I should have done is gone into expansion or prosperity first, probably expansion, honestly, which I never do, and then into interstellar dominion. The reason is, we don't clearly have neighbours right now, and most of our resource is coming from space, and we are struggling to get that space. I'm only now able to start affording a fleet, which will increase our influence per month, and it's just too expensive to expand quickly. But I want all these things. I really want all of these archaeology sites, since I really want to go down the route of the minor artifact weapons again, but this time hopefully actually against the endgame crisis, along with loads of other things. And also, discovery isn't really helping us right now. It just isn't. Technological ascendancy, same again. In the future, this is great. Right now, because we're not a normal empire, I don't think it was the correct call. We'll be fine. It's just learning from your mistakes, you know? Since we've not managed to find a single Arctic world at the moment, we even have a desert world now on the way, I believe that the Gaia world should be given at least at first to this species. Don't worry, they all move around anyway, we're going to end up with every type of species on every single world anyway, so I'm simply going to call this world Unity. Because it's a Gaia world, it's going to bring in absolutely every species very, very quickly. Do Gaia worlds have extra immigration pull as well? I can't remember. No, just extra automatic resettlement destination chance. Oh, okay, yeah, so it does pull people in, but that way. So yeah, that one has to be called Unity. Doesn't belong to anyone in particular. The home worlds have been located.
Updated.
Oh, you're kidding me. They're all, I mean, it makes sense. They're all around MSI. We're not getting them. It's far too far away. The odds of getting any of these homeworlds is just minuscule. If that is MSI, by the way, I think it is... Oh. Oh, that's not... Is that MSI? No. Okay, you know what? I actually don't know where MSI is then. I thought it was this one? I mean, it could still be. They could just happen to have some Shroud Witches there, but... Was I... Oh, no. MSI's here. I think. Okay. Very worried. Very, very worried. When diverse minds come together, there's no telling what they can accomplish. The addition of a new non-human member to our research team is already producing results. What? Oh, so I just changed one of the scientists over. Oh. Huh, well, that's lovely. Well, our first neighbour is a very powerful and very evil empire. This is exactly the type of empire that we absolutely loathe. So let's how... Oh, I was going to say, let's see how good we are at being spies, and apparently absolutely fantastic. Well, we can start causing some havoc until we can actually build up our fleets. Now, there's another empire here as well. I don't know what they are, but they're definitely not the MSI.
System
Actually, I don't know that. Would you get an event when you first see them or after you discover them properly? I don't know what happens with the MSI. I vaguely remember with the payback one, it was almost instant, so I don't think it's MSI.
Survey concluded.
Okay, at least we made some friends. They are xenophobes, but they have no pre-FGL in their borders. They also have no owned pops by the looks of things. I believe they are currently fighting MSI. So obviously, we very much support them. In casting off our shackles, we took the first step towards becoming a people. However, in recent years, popular media is awash with highly romanticized depictions of the simple life enjoyed by our former homeworld. We haven't found the homeworlds yet, have we? If we're not careful, this movement could have a seriously destabilizing effect on our society. We cannot afford to lose any of our people or freedom. Well, obviously, we're going to have to go freedom there. Well, at least we get some extra happiness and unity for a while. We are losing 2 of our pops, though. I'm guessing they moved over to here, but has wanted to go back to a pre-FTL world. While permitting emigration to our former homeworlds has proven a popular policy, it has not been consequence-free. Recently, we've experienced a significant brain drain as some of our brightest minds have made the choice to relocate. Well, it's a necessary sacrifice. Oh, that also just took loads of our leaders. That makes a lot of sense, actually. And is incredibly annoying. Good to know. And none of the leaders I just grabbed are actually that useful in comparison to the ones we just lost. Wonderful. Okay, actually, you know what? You are too low level. You can just move on. Slightly higher level one, can you please take its place? I know I could have just swapped over the leaders, but I forgot until just this moment.
Knowledge is the key.
The decision to allow our people to return to their homeworlds was not without its costs, but with freedom of movement has come an unshackling in thought. New ideas are flourishing, and the advance in science and technology are the norm, rather than the exception. So we get extra research for the next 25 years, which is good considering we're getting almost none at the moment. We have made a defensive pact over here with the Democratic Coalition, and the Empire over here, the Union, is also very friendly with us. So we have two allies in this rather brutal-looking world, and the Devourers here like us as well because we needed money, they provided money, and we provided some support so that they can fight off MSI, which I'm almost certain is who they're currently fighting. This moment we have long anticipated has arrived. We have made contact with Minimar Specialized Industries. After the mutiny, some hoped we could avoid detection, but it is now clear that Minimar Specialized Industries have been aware of our presence on the Galactic stage for some time. Only the pursuit of profit has kept them from returning back to Vrinn to collect their legal assets. It seems we weren't worth the cost of travel. There they are. Lovely. Representatives from MSI have approached our envoy with offers of friendship. We know how hollow such assurances are. The corporation first arrived on our worlds with promises of a better life, with sweet words and lavish gifts. They softened our leaders, loans were provided, contracts signed, investment capital flowed, and our marketplaces flooded with goods. Before we fully understood what was happening, it had already been done. We had become assets, and MSI our masters. Never again. As we push forwards on the Galactic stage, it's essential we stand on our own. Wait, they're classed as isolationist? Really? Huh, weird.
For the betterment of all.
Well, that was random and quick. So we are now in a federation with our first allies. Which makes sense, they are, I think, Federation builders? No, they're explorers, but yeah, fanatic xenophiles, it makes complete sense what they're doing here. So obviously, we'll try and keep this running. I'm not a big fan of the Galactic Union, it's my least favourite of all the different Federation types, but to have this so quickly and mean I don't have to go into diplomacy is very, very welcome. I will do that because I would like you to have association status with us. You're fanatic xenophile, so you should be really happy in this group.
Concluded.
Perfect, yeah, we're going to form a friendship group over here. With all three of us working together and all three of us defending each other, it's going to be very difficult. Oh, look at you as well. You are xenophile. That is wonderful. Here, have an embassy. We're a bit stuck now, annoyingly. I will eventually attack the Order at some point. Obviously, MSI is our major enemy. But we do have enough worlds. We didn't really get many pre-FTL. We only got one pre-FTL. The odds of that, when increasing how many there were in the galaxy, is just mad. So, the Union have one. And you have one as well. The Devourer's got none, which is good since they're xenophobes, and I have no idea about you, because, well, yeah, you would have probably destroyed them as well.
Hailed.
Oh, what a shame, it's not our territory. Homeworld found. From orbit, it appears so small. A world does not belong to its people, it is the people who belong to their world. In returning here, we take another step towards reclaiming our past. The trauma we experienced at the hands of our former masters can never be undone. True healing will take generations, but today is a good day. Formal relations established. After a prolonged and often intense series of meetings, diplomatic relations have been established between ourselves and MSI. However, no matter their claims of friendship, we have not forgotten what they have done to our homeworlds. The thought that this corporation has been left unpunished, free to enslave others as they once did us, the emotion goes beyond words. Once they called us property, let us teach them the value of a free people. So for 10 years I get an extra chunk of unity, and we get a nice lump of influence as usual.
Is hailing us.
Oh, I'm gonna cave in your silly little face. Ah, our erstwhile assets. You have no idea how good it is to see you again. On behalf of the board at Minimar Specialized Industries, allow me to be the first to congratulate you on the progress you and your people have made. It is no small thing to have come so far from such humble beginnings. Should you need anything, don't hesitate to contact us. We hold no grudges. After all, less developed societies cannot truly be held accountable for their actions. In that regard, you are very much like children. No! They've got the humans! It just says human society. Where is it? Is it this one? You can't be the humans, can you? Oh, I need to destroy you so badly. Send in the spies. They're going to be a lot stronger than us because they are an advanced start, which means they've cheated from the very start. But thankfully we are at least coming together over here. Hopefully the Union will join us, as will the Republic. Then after that, we should be able to maybe fight them. Oh, look, there's a homeworld there as well. Oh, that's Sol. Wait, how did we get the human home? Did it actually understand that I made my main species human? Oh, I'm not going to get any of them. That's so irritating, but it's fine, it's fine. We're a happy people, we're all together, and we're going to be destroying some MSI eventually. Not really much else has happened, though to be fair, it's only 35 years into the game. We've already read so much. We have just finished off our precursor, so yep, we now have our first relic. And so that is done. Plus 10% growth speed. When activated, we can turn one of our worlds into a Gaia world. Obviously, we're going to do that as soon as possible and turn our home world of Vrinn into a Gaia world. Finally, all of these multiple different species will actually be able to live here comfortably. We are now almost completely stuck. This is going to be the last major system I get, just because it has one more of the archaeology sites. So we've been really unlucky when it comes to pre-FTL, but we've been incredibly lucky when it's come to the archaeology site. So we're going to have loads of minor artifacts per month by the end of this. So I'm definitely going to go into the archaeology weapons this run, 100%. Well, that's not great, is it? So the Union just succumbed to MSI. There wasn't even a war. Well, crud. MSI's rapidly taking everything, including one of our former potential friends. Okay, well, definitely grab that system, because that's going to be our new bastion. We have 2 points of entry into our empire. Both of them are going to be bastions, and I am going down the route of unyielding, so they should be pretty nasty ones as well. We're still so far behind the other empires, because, yeah, we are just... I always feel like these challenging origins, the new 2, it seems like you're 20-odd years behind everyone else. Our first world has become a Gaia world. And of course, we've got some new pops as well. That's going to help out so much. All these pops in there. Oh yeah, look at that increase in consumer goods. That's because of how much we're using to keep people here, which couldn't really live here. We also now have the ability to do this. So now 10 of our pops randomly are now also a Gaia world preference, but they get an increase in their resources while here. Can I find at least one of them? That would be... Oh, there we go. One of the humans now has it, plus 5% output when on Gaia worlds. And obviously we're going to turn as many Gaia worlds as possible into Gaia worlds as soon as possible. Why can't you move our pops? Do we not have space anywhere else? Hopefully soon. Actually, what I'm going to do... Yeah, convert all of these into city districts and then build some proper buildings. Also, I meant to say is convert all of our worlds into Gaia worlds, not all of our Gaia worlds into Gaia worlds. So hopefully you got what I meant. Yeah, why can't you move? There's definitely space. Oh, because you are Gaia preference and you really don't want to move, I'm guessing. Okay, well, we'll sort that out soon enough. Vrinn has been made truly beautiful, a wonderful Gaia world. So that's really helped out because we had so many pops there which didn't want to be on an ocean world. That has just changed things dramatically. So way more consumer goods and way more everything, pretty much. Our fleets are dreadful, but they're looking okay to defend us, purely because we haven't got autocannons, so we can look a bit scarier than we really are, which at least hold off this blue horde to the west. Okay, so you're going to show an associate. Okay, so we can easily get you to join us if the coalition eventually agrees as well. Hopefully... you didn't lose too many of your pops just then, because that was pretty brutal. Ooh. Yeah, you're looking pretty weak, actually. You might join us willingly soon, just because you're in a very bad spot. You lost a lot, it seems, from that home world going boom. So a tiny little bit later, and we actually have 2 vassals. I mean, this is definitely one way of bringing people into the Galactic Union. We're only taking 15% of their resources, which is the minimum you can take, outside of 0. So we're not being cruel in any way, we're certainly not going to cause uprisings. So the 2 empires are the Unity over here, who I believe were just utterly decimated recently, and then the Republic, who, well, they just needed some support. We've found the humans, and they have pledged secret fealty to me. So if I went to war with the United Nations here, which is weird to say like that, I could actually, well, yeah, send everyone against them. What are they like? So, go again. Oh, I can see why you probably don't like them. They're probably being pretty cruel to you. For now, though, I can't really afford that because MSI is expanding and attacking everyone nearby. I need to make sure we're defended here. We've just finished off Unyielding, at least, which means we've got Bulwark of Harmony as well, so whilst in our own territory we get bonuses, we also have the tech, which will increase damage to rivals, obviously with their rivals. I think we'll be okay for attack, it's just going to be really close. Oh, did I get through there? I thought I grabbed that system. That's very annoying, but it's fine. This one will turn to a bastion. Oh no, they get through. Oh, that is such an annoying bit of border gore there now. How do I even deal with that then? If I grab this one, bastion there, bastion there, bastion there, that means only this system here is vulnerable. Don't know. This has got to be the weirdest species I've ever seen. Irradiated Gaia world preference. So they can live either on Tomb worlds or on Gaia worlds, nothing in between. I don't know what to call this, just confusion. The confused colony, there we go. With the 15% resources we're getting from the 2 vassals above us, we are now finally able to go a bit more into tech and unity, which is great because we are desperately going to need it. Trying to build my fleets and now going into supremacy. We also have the secret fealty from this empire, so if we go to war, we can actually war for them. Which would take away one of the threats and actually make it join us instead. I don't know if we're ready for it yet, though. I definitely want at least some supremacy, at very minimum overwhelming force before we go. I also don't know really what I want for this Ascension perk. At least yet. Our fleets aren't really that scary, are they? Minimar is so powerful this run, I can't even make them my rival. That is so terrifying. Okay, so we now have an event, the Cost of Freedom. Before I talk about that, though, I have now got my 3rd Civic, and we've gone with Masterful Crafters. We are, after all, Xenophiles, even if not fanatically, which means we get extra trade value, which just makes this so nice. Getting trade value from all of our consumer goods production, and more consumer goods. As we shift more heavily now into tech, it's just really useful. So I absolutely love this setup right now, and honestly, we're getting powerful. We're starting to snowball, especially with those 2 vassals now on our side. It really does help. We are a people of many worlds, and over time we have learned the value of diversity. However, negotiating the dynamics of several different cultures, not to mention the physical needs of completely distinct species, has not been easy. Our differences run deep, and while we have managed to navigate the shifting political landscape up till now, the divisions inherent in our society have grown impossible to ignore. Many are now calling for a special committee to be formed to moderate the calls for reform. Minus 10% energy credits and plus 20% amenities usage. I'm assuming this will have something good after a while and this will have something bad. So let's go with the good option. It's going to cost a fortune, but fine. And that'll be 26 months. Oh, come on. That's where all my influence went. I was going to make a starbase here because it seems like they had no interest in grabbing this. Apparently they did. Ah, that is so annoying. Well, on the upside, I'm capped for influence again. Findings of the Special Committee. The Special Committee has published the findings of an exhaustive study into the political divisions within our society. They have identified 3 main issues driving political polarisation within the United Suns. The unequal costs associated with providing a minimum standard of living to diverse xenotypes, which makes sense, we have very, very different species within our empire. The discordant belief systems and behaviours between several distinct culture groups. The nature of our political authority as being in conflict with the values of certain species. Costs 5,000 energy, and takes away some of our research per month, and unity. Upkeep from jobs increased, less society research, and that one's just pure unity. I mean, this one makes the most sense, right? These issues are interconnected. Or you could just rein in the media. Okay, we'll do that one, I guess. Hopefully that will do something soon, then. So I'm trying to think of how we can have vassals and still be relatively kind to them. So this is the way we're going to have them. We're never going to go above 15% of their income. That way they're only paying a little bit, and that of course grants them our permanent protection. Then I'm going to turn them into this particular specialist. The reason is, The reason is, although they're giving us tech, we are also giving them bonus tech, because that's how it works. They have an increased amount of tech per month. They just then spend 30% on us. Essentially, they're not really losing much, if anything. We also get a lot of other bonuses, and I'm only going to allow vassals if they remain loyal. If they are disloyal for any reason or just really hate us, I will release them. That's the rules I'm going with, so it fits more with the Empire. Obviously, gameplay-wise, I do want vassals. MSI is a major threat, and my fanatically egalitarian ways simply means I want to crush them into the ground. Because look, they also are having vassals to power them up, but they're being remotely, remorselessly cruel. Remotely cruel. It's already getting too late, I'm already falling asleep apparently. I thought this event was only for the Research Federation. Okay, well obviously we're going to do that.
Updated.
They can give us a research bonus at the end if we succeed. Now 2k tech, which is lovely. Our ships are looking weaker. What happened to them? They were all just at 5k. What just happened? Why on earth did you change into that? Oh, never trust the automaker. It makes the weirdest things sometimes. There you go, that'll be better. Okay, let's stop building any more culverts for a second, please. Only build this design from now on. That'd be great. You just made the Senpai look so much weaker and invited an attack, essentially. Okay, you need to go and deal with the pirates, though. This government has worked tirelessly to improve the quality of life of our citizenry. We have invested in education, crime prevention, and cultural programs of all kinds. Nevertheless, we continue to find ourselves the target of relentless criticism. What's more, a cross-species movement of young people has organised, calling for more radical reforms and a faster pace of change. There is only one silver lining to be found here. In galvanising the youth to act, we may have unwittingly created the conditions necessary to heal the divisions in our society. So for 3 years we get less research and less governing ethics extraction, then hopefully something good at that point. It's been so many negatives, and after negatives, more negatives. I would like less negatives, honestly. Also, another 2 empires are now working for MSI. This is really shaping up weirdly. We have taken the Order as our newest vassal. Now this is an empire we detest quite horribly, so in fact we're currently not taking anything from them, and we're going to remain like that, but eventually we're going to push for integration. We are going to show them the error of their ways. Now it would be better for us, and honestly stronger for us, if we just kept them as our permanent vassal, but that's what's going to happen. Eventually our empires will be united, and our ways will override theirs. The cruelty of their past washed away. And I can't think of something good to continue that line of thought with. We's gonna make 'em good, innit? Mature society. United by a desire for freedom, we rose up against our former masters. But society is not made by violence alone. From political division to economic insecurity, we have faced massive challenges. But now, as we begin to see the results of a concerted effort to build a new consensus, we can rightly take pride in our accomplishments. We are a nation of many people, and a people of many cultures. Together, there is nothing we cannot overcome. Okay, nice chunk of unity, plus 10% happiness, minus 10% crime, resources, well, just resources from jobs outright, plus 10%. And then, wait, is this permanent? Sorry, I've kind of hesitated there because I've just noticed there's no time limit. Seriously? Wow. Well, that's a ridiculous modifier. It's like just plus 10% across the board, except for Unity, which is plus 5. Which, of course, is still going to be increased by that plus 10%. Well, that is weird. Don't really know what I'm going into next, honestly. So, we could start the genetic route, and I think I might do that. I do think psychic would be the best option here, really. Because this is going to be an absolute pain in the butt. The amount of species here to improve. Oh my god, we're going to be here for weeks. But it does fit, doesn't it? We just improve on what they already are. I don't know. I really don't know. We could go xenocompatibility as well. That'll just make it even more confusing and horrifying. So if we go down the genetic route, we could actually start that now, is the big thing. Though I do really want harmony. Yeah, psionics is the best option here. I think I'm going to white out a little bit. For now, I am going to go into harmony, since I wanted that anyway. And we'll see if we get lucky and happen to get the psionic tech. It's a rare tech, and it's very unlikely unless you are spiritualist, but it might happen. And then if it doesn't, we'll go down the route of genetic, because I don't want to wait any longer after this first tradition tree. Wow, they really are cruel to their vassals. I think I've got all of them but one now to pledge secret fealty to me. I think only this one over here isn't accepting. Oh my god. We're gonna start a revolution. Only the... Who are you? Okay, I didn't even... Oh no, the con just hasn't accepted it yet. They will in a second. I'm about to vassalize half of the galaxy as fanatic egalitarians. What? Well, I need to finish off this fleet maneuver event first, but yeah, that's everyone except for this tiny empire over here, which hates me, has pledged secret fealty to me. The revolution begins. Unshackled and a just cause. While we enjoy the benefit of a freedom justly earned, far too many in the galaxy continue to suffer under the indignities of slavery and indentured servitude. No longer will the petty thugs and profit-mongers of the galaxy be allowed to ply their vile trade. The time has come for us to take a stand against such tyranny. Ooh, lots of bonuses there. Unity, ship upkeep, army upkeep, nice. And then this is basically just the same one again. Look at that. So it's all of us versus Minimar Specialized Industries. I think this is the most I've ever seen on one side of a war before in Stellaris. Moments into the war, and the direction is clear. Our allies from over here are both entering their territory through this direction. Our allies to the east are entering through this section. And then, sadly, it looks like the Hive Mind is taking the brunt of the damage from the actual Minimar Specialized Industries forces themselves. Ooh, okay, so that's what I was going to do. I'm going to be making claims on any of the pre-FTLs we see. Sadly, even with all my spies and everything, I couldn't figure out where they were, so this is very expensive, but I will be freeing these people. Ooh, a tomb world. Looks like they nuked themselves. Well, what's left of free? What is this? Bowel organic plant. Oh, from our precursors. This is their building. The bowel organism had a unique way of producing tools. Given the species' relative slowness, they would simply grow them out of organic matter in locations that were half orchard, half factory. Orchard, rather, half factory. With the proper genetic adjustments, we could grow various commodities and tools alongside our regular crops. Oh, that is really neat. Consumer goods from farmers increased. Oh, that is such a sweet little building. I love that. Oh yeah, definitely going to be building those on my farming worlds. That is really, really sweet. I love that. Absolutely love it. Okay, continuing on. Our fleets are moving in as well, though honestly, right now, it's going to take a while for us to catch up. So, hopefully, my allies can deal with all this for a while. They have killed at least one of their pre-FTL civilizations. Or taken them over. Their homeworld... Oh my god, their homeworld is an archaeology project? I was about to say it's forfeit anyway, so well then, as soon as I get enough influence, that's mine. And your people, well, I may be very, very polite to them because we're good guys. You're lucky we're good guys. Your people are going to be free in our civilization.
Engaging hostile forces.
Though we're going to be probably quite rude to them, though. I'm going to say weird things to them. Oh, no. Okay, well, I'm about to lose a fleet there. How did they get there? Were they stealthed? Nah, they probably were, actually. They do like their stealth, don't they? Okay, yeah, you two stick together. Original plan, we're still going to try and rush their home base. That's 12k there. Yeah, as long as it doesn't have any other fleets there, we should still be able to rush it. That's fine.
Universe.
Finally remember to activate all of these. It's expensive and our ships are far scarier than they were a moment ago. Begin the bombardment of their world. Other fleets are moving on. Plus, our allies from the Federation, their fleets still haven't reached the fight yet, so yeah, things are looking great, honestly. Still have loads of backup on the way, and the enemy are pretty much running out of everything.
Red alert. Spaceport under fire.
Oh look, they have a processing facility, because of course they do. So I've decided something. We're going to be hitting repeatable soon, which, by the way, really early and cool. I am going to play it extra risky. I said all along I wanted to go down the route of using these ancient weapons. This is my favourite weapon in the game. It's so extreme. Plus 150% shield damage, plus 25% hull damage, pretty much no armor damage. It is the ultimate unbidden killing machine. It's also going to be okay against some of the contingency if you mix it up with some strikecraft, which we're going to. So I'm going to go kinetic, shield, strikecraft. It will make us dreadful against the Scourge. So I am really locking myself into beating one of the crises easily, which will be the Unbidden. This will just melt them. Doing okay versus the contingency and being wiped out by the Scourge. That is what I'm going to go with, unless I change my mind soon. I don't think I'm going to do that because it just seems so much fun. I want to see just how intense these can get, because they're just mad. Look at the numbers. They're such pretty numbers. My allies got here. Achieve war goals.
An alien nation is hailing us.
Justice claimed. For 10 years, we get plus 10% happiness, plus 15% unity, extra resources, extra consumer goods. Ah. And look how united the galaxy is! Yeah, right now I'm not taking anything from them. I will never take much from them. Similar to the others, what we're going to be doing is taking the minimum amount of resource. I think one of them is currently set to 30 by mistake, but I'm going to take the minimum amount of resource and turn them all into the science empires. In fact, oh no, I can't do it right now. I haven't got the influence. But eventually I will. There we go. Minimar is definitely in a much weakened position now. Don't worry. Maybe you could be my vassal next. But look at this lovely homeworld they just gave us as well. Ooh, that is so good. I have no idea what to do with the homeworld though. Oh god, the amenities. Oh, yeah, okay, so yeah, devastation. Maybe this will be our Forge world? It could be a Unity world. We can do so much with these things. I don't know just yet. For now, I guess I'll just try and get things back up and running. Let's add some extra amenities, because I don't know how many amenities are actually going to be there until the devastation is completely gone. And I will also add a residential archaeology. There we go. What a lovely war. Well, to spend some influence to fix a problem. Yeah, it was set to 30. I think I just set both to 30 by mistake for that one. The others are 15. But now, the main thing... Oh, you're now a protectorate. That's surprising, actually. I didn't think you were that weak. I guess it is based on tech, isn't it? That's why we need to change them quickly. Which is the one up here? The Divine Union. You were decently powerful, I think. There we are. Okay, I can't change you right now, but I can change you. Well, can I change some of you and some of you I can't? Oh, because I'm dumb, that's why, okay. Oh, that's lovely. So, I've just grabbed the flesh is weak. I've decided we're going down the cyborg route. Everyone gets to be improved without too much micromanagement, along with extra habitability. Everyone can live everywhere. Everyone can be in a more equal standing. Plus, I've never really gone down the cybernetic route, so something fun to do. Then we have gone down the route of the Arco Engineers, so with this, the ancient weapons do bonus damage, and our buildings do more. Oh, you may also notice that our minerals are currently tanking, because it turns out that, yeah, that one empire was on 30% rather than 15, so I've changed that back over now, so yep, they are now on 15, which is what I want them to be at. We take 30% of their tech and 15% of their resources. In return, they are a member of the Galactic Union. We have defended them and freed them from much crueler conditions, and we will protect them from all outside sources. Sure, it's not really that much of a good guy move, but it is certainly a very cruel galaxy, and we're being as kind as we can. Because we need to be powerful to defend against it. Clearly, we are the moral authority here. At least according to us, which is the only important thing. If we take a look at our building, though, the organic plant, yep, it is now +1 consumer goods from farmers, making farmers really powerful, actually. If we take a look at them, that's not them. Let's try again. There's only one farmer currently on this world. No wonder I'm starving. Either way, one farmer is producing 21.6 food and 2.2 consumer goods each. That is so much resource per job. One building I think might be a little bit overpowered, especially if you go with this particular Ascension perk, is this. The Ancient Refinery. It provides one job for each of the rare resources, but then with that bonus is also increasing their output by 40%. I just put them on random worlds and it deals with... I mean, yeah, each job's giving me almost 5 of each rare resource. So I'm getting almost 15 total, which is a bit much and very easy to set up.
Construction completed.
Oh, we're soon to hit level 3 with our Federation. Huh. They're 2-mil preference. I did not know they were 2-mil preference. Our people have been turned into cybernetics, and amazingly the humans' auto name was Superhuman. I'm gonna leave that. Well done, Superhumans. So now that we're cybernetic, we have the cyborg bonuses on our leaders, which isn't that much, but it's nice. And we also have the habitability bonus, which is plus 40%, with increased lifespan as well. Our people are surely happier. We do need to upgrade a lot of our species anyway. I'll still be doing that, but I'm going to be waiting because I'm fairly certain... Yeah, there we go. Organic species trait picks increased. You also mix it with machines later on, and you also get extra types of traits, the cyborg traits, which are basically just the machine traits, I think, with like a bit of tweaking, like upkeep or something. Either way, that's what we're going to get in the future. I've also just spent almost 1,000 influence, making all of our vassals into what I want them to be, which is this. Again, 15% of their monthly regular income as tax, and then 30% research, which is the minimum you can have for this type of empire. In the last run, I had them all cranked up like this, and it was utterly destroying them. I'm not going to do that this time, but just know, we could be so much eviler than we are right now. And just you wait until I actually have influence. That's going to take a while. I'm turning the homeworld of our arch-enemy MSI into a unification center. From here, we will remember the brutalities of the fallen enemy and look to the future together.
Research
Oh, now I get psionic theory. Would have been good like half an hour ago. Now beginning construction of our first megastructure, the Science Nexus. Oh yeah, how are you guys doing? You haven't really done anything for a while. You're now in the late medieval age. Ah, they're moving forward slowly. We have now reached the point in our ascension where we are no longer making robots, we are now making ourselves. So each of our worlds will now start randomly producing cyborgs. We're getting there.
Knowledge. Engaging hostile forces. An alien nation is hailing us.
It's time to start removing the threats from the galaxy. I mean, you can study the corpse, that does give cool stuff as well, but I really want that parade, thank you very much. Where are the others? I know there's the automated dreadnought, let's go for that one next. And where's the rest? There's the Ether Drake over there, though I think I need to change up my ships a bit because we just can't deal with armor at all right now. Or just build more of them. One of the two. Well, I mean, we're not too bad versus armor. Yes, our kinetic weapons are dreadful, but the Strikecraft do bonus armor damage, and that's a big chunk of our damage. I just lost my fleets. Well, thankfully we retreated, so I haven't lost them permanently. Sanctuary. I don't know why, but it wasn't showing any red signs in its system, which is really weird. Normally when there's hostiles, as you can see them there. Oh look, a hostile. Hostiles. Sanctuary doesn't do that for some reason, so my ships ran in and almost got all destroyed. I think I could have won the fight, but I wasn't going to risk it, so I jumped them out. I only ended up losing, like, I think, like, 10 cruisers, but still, it has set us back a bit. Also, is that a... Ooh, you are super easy to kill and give really good bonuses. Okay, need to go after the Wraith. We can thankfully jump. Not right now. Yeah, even when jumping, you guys should win that. No, heal up first. Heal up first, then do a jump. We definitely want to take out the Wraith. I think it gives you bonus tech for the rest of the game. I accidentally ran into Sanctuary because it wasn't showing any hostiles. As you can see, it's not actually showing that there are hostiles in the system. I didn't recognize the name instantly, so we had to jump out of there, which damaged us quite badly. But on the upside, I found out there's a Wraith here, which is a really easy one of the beasts in the galaxy. So we're going after that. A very easy Leviathan to kill.
Forces.
Even with the jump there making us a lot weaker, we should still win. Yeah, it's already melting away. There we go. Down goes the Wraith. The Wraith's a really good one, in fact, because the Wraith gives you, if I can find it, there we go, plus 5% physics research speed, extra energy weapon damage, and more energy credits from jobs. The Wraith's disperser sack, sure, is actually on the homeworld of our enemy, the MSI homeworld, and it's increasing unity and happiness, which is the perfect world for that to arrive on. So that's pretty awesome. Oh, last one now. I'm honestly tempted by expansion just because we do have a lot of colonies and districts, and that would reduce the size of it. Domination would honestly be great, but doesn't fit our empire. Maybe politics. We could force ourselves to be the Galactic custodian a bit faster, plus it's a good way to get some influence, which right now we are really lacking. Mercantile would be powerful, so no, I think, yeah, politics. Politics is definitely the way to go. Start putting some of our envoys over here. Oh, when did that happen? So the Horde's here? I didn't even see that event pop up. The thing is, I'm not the biggest fan of you because I think you actually destroyed one of your pre-FTLs, and I think you're going to be strong enough to fight them off anyway. So, you do you, I guess. Then they have to go through all of MSI to get to us. Yeah, sure, just continue with that then, I suppose. Alas, the dragon was simply not there. Yeah, at some point they must have destroyed that, which makes complete sense. After all, we are now getting a bit late into the game. The AI is cheating completely now. It's easy enough for them to kill a Leviathan. I don't think there's any other Leviathans left in the galaxy at the moment, which is a shame, so I would like to have all those different relics and everything. Well, except for the Dreadnought, which doesn't give a relic. Either way, that's what we're moving towards next. We'll take out the Dreadnought, which at least will give us a nice chunk of unity. And I think it's got a decent-ish one of these buffs. It's like less energy cost for buildings, etc. Our journey across the stars has revealed wonders. Oh, I think I just went into the territory of the last homeworld. Oh, I should have just raced there then. Our journey across the stars has revealed wonders. We have witnessed sights beyond imagination, accomplished feats that at first seemed impossible. As a people, we have travelled far, but no journey and no reward is greater than finding the way home. More unity, more happiness, and more governing ethics attraction.
Engaging hostile forces.
And so the Dreadnought is removed. I'm actually going to scrap it this time. It's very rare I do this, but I desperately need the alloys. I'm trying to do all the mega structure stuff. And it's not like a super powerful Titan anyway. It's strong, but it's not going to really have an effect on the Empire other than looking cool. Finally starting to upgrade our cyborgs, although I will be giving each one different attributes depending on what they're like. Mostly, I'm giving them efficient processors, logic engines, and loyalty circuits. As you can see, these all increase the upkeep of the population with some energy, but they're also still pretty good. The efficient processors just plus 5% to everything, which is always nice. The logic engines more tech, and happiness for free. I want my people to be 100% happy all the time. Which we're very close. On the Gaia worlds, we're almost there, so that will tip it over the balance. They literally cannot be happier in our empire after this. Ooh, the Horde is holding out pretty well, actually. Where did I move my fleets? Where are my fleets? All over there. Oh, should I intervene? Tell you what, I'm going to put them back over here. This means I can't upgrade for a while, but I'm going to let them heal here, and they'll be ready in case they ever get past MSI. We are not going to allow our vassals to take any damage. We care about them. New Sol has the Dreadnought reactor, so districts and buildings are just a little bit cheaper now in this world.
Forces.
Up until this point, the Great Khan's forces were only... Whoa, what happened till... Okay, some of their fleets got past. Anyway, up until this point, the Great Khan was only harming the machines who have damaged pre-FTL, we have very mixed feelings about, so we're not willing to sacrifice our own people. And they were attacking MSI, who... They're MSI, who cares? But they have just destroyed, I didn't realise it was here, they destroyed the traders. So yeah, no more caravans. So here we are. I believe one of these is the chosen. Yep, there's the Great Khan themselves. Oh, it jumped! Seriously? Well, that was irritating. I thought I was going to get the relic as well, honestly, so there's a double whammy there. Not that the relic's really going to be any use to me, it's just more fun. Oh yeah, I'm also attacking the Infinity Machine.
We have lost a space.
I didn't even mean to. It was kind of a misclick, but yeah. That was actually a negative. We've just lost 5% research speed.
Engaging hostile forces.
I was just moving them, and yeah, that was my bad. At least we got a load of influence, so that's nice.
We are being hailed.
Now, where's the Great Khan after that last jump, then? Where would they even jump to? I guess over here? Oh, that's so irritating. He's here, the Great Khan form there. So is one of you two who managed to get the actual kill. I didn't read it because I didn't care. Well, send the fleets home. We need to prepare anyway. Soon we're going to war with the Fallen Empire next to us, the fanatic xenophobes, who hold loads and loads of owned pops on their worlds. Now that's a shock. Not you, but this. I didn't think I was going to pass, because once the Great Khan died, most of the votes went against me, but I guess what's happened is, because everyone loves me so much anyway, yeah, I have somehow just about became the Galactic custodian. The thing is, though, without a crisis going on, the odds of me actually being able to pass anything is difficult. Yeah, see, what I really want is galactic mobilization and remove the term limit. The odds of me getting either of these is very, very low. Either way, let's try and boost our empire, not empire size, our diplomatic weight as much as possible. You voted with me, weirdly. I don't really know who you are. Who are you? Do you want to join the Federation? Be one with us? Because I'm fine with that. I'd have to pay you a little bit for now and then change it later, which seems very underhanded, really, doesn't it? Actually, you are just a protectorate. You know what? Sure. You helped me get where I am. I will keep this minus 30% tech. We will get you to a better position. Well done. The Xenophiles have joined us. Finally! Ascension Theory. I've been looking for that for ages.
Research.
Well, that's quite fitting. You know what? I'm okay with this. The little remains of MSI have just been absorbed by the awareness. The machines now rule over them. Their autonomy destroyed. And it is so fitting for what the Empire is. Oh, look at this little group. Yeah, you can be my protectorate. That's fine. I'll ask nothing of you. I will just protect you. As soon as I have the influence to do so. This empire just joined us willingly, and I'm shocked. I honest to God thought I was talking to this empire. Only when all of this section turned purple did I realise what had happened. So they had a vassal, which now of course has joined us as well. The vassal was already pledging secret fealty to me. I don't know why, because these are xenophiles, apparently it was a good deal. Maybe, I don't know, I'm just scarier in my tiny little empire over here. Everything is now purple. Now, I was actually a bit confused about that a second ago. The reason why it's all purple is because these are the ones who made the Federation in the first place, not me. So that makes sense. Also, I'm now getting 19 influence per month. Will to power, plus a lot of protectorates. Plus, I'm the Galactic custodian. I am the most influential empire to ever exist at this point. Now, the question is, do we want to go to war with the awareness in order to claim MSI and themselves, and force them to join our super federation? I'll be honest, I'm tempted. We're close to having every empire. That's the honest truth right now. There's the awareness and its two vassals, which are these fellas and... Wait. You're my empire! This is actually an empire I've made. I must have accidentally allowed it into the game. I didn't recognise you just now. Then there's the United Nations here and their vassals. They are actually very powerful. They have equivalent fleet power to us, so they're definitely the scariest. The machines are strong, but they recently lost a lot in the war, and we have a lot of fleets. Okay, Fallen Empire first, then we decide if we're going on a full crusade to unite the galaxy for all eternity. In peace and prosperity.
Hostile station. Research concluded.
We're here to attack the Fallen Empire. Okay, well they're not actually defending that station. They can move back, or... Nope, they're going to do their own silly thing like they always do. I've always said this, the Fallen Empire, I think, have the worst AI in all of Stellaris, to the point where it's actually a problem sometimes, to be perfectly honest. Like, right now, we're here, we're entering the territory, they could stand against us, honestly, because we're not very good versus them. They have way too much armor, for instance. I am now fully using the saturated artillery. It doesn't really matter. They have a 200k citadel here. All they'd have to do is move there and defend us. Instead, they're going to go off into areas where they don't have claims, they don't have anything else, we're not really going after ships or particular worlds, they're just going to fly off into the sunset, and that just leaves me to do whatever I want with their system, which means I will claim it. My claims are currently to basically split this into half. I didn't have enough for everything since I was doing other things at the time, and I'm still saving up for some other stuff. So, yeah, hopefully we'll be able to grab that. Now, one thing I really want to do, if we can, military applications, bonus damage versus armor. Because, again, our stuff is really, really bad versus armor at the moment. The shield fell immediately, because that's all we're going to be good against. Yeah, okay, we can still melt armor okay-ish. That really goes to show, though, against the Unbidden and the Contingency will be okay, especially the Unbidden. If it's the Scourge, so 1 in 3 will just outright destroy us. Oh yeah, they're nerve stable, aren't they? Oh, poor things. Well, we'll free you anyway. Shame we haven't gone down the route of genetics. We can assume that through the power of cybernetics, we can at least help them. And now they're confused. What are you gonna do? I have no idea what your plan is. Well, I know my next target now, the other Fallen Empire. For some reason, the Conservers are attacking the Consciousness, which of course is my vassal. I can't really leave right now, because otherwise I'd end up losing lots of force over here and thus people. But yeah, next target has already been acquired then.
We have encountered space.
The Science Nexus is complete, which means now I can grab Galactic Wonders. Although it's a bit late for a ring world, at least what we can do is build a Dyson Sphere and a matter decompressor. This means that we're going to need no energy and no minerals, which means I can stop taking them from the few vassals I'm actually taking them from. So I can go and be completely nice at that point. Actually, you don't even need that system, do we? No, never mind. I've also made some extra claims, just because, yeah, let's just completely obliterate this horrible empire off the map. There we are. So we're claiming everything except for this world here. So if we get enough influence, we could claim everything.
Research concluded.
Not long now, and then I'll be level 4 with our Federation, and I can set our Federation centralization to high, fleet contribution to high, succession type to strongest, and then status change, and then I will be permanently the owner of the Federation. Which makes sense. And I'm also permanently the custodian at this point, which is just lovely. So that's what I want. The problem is that's never going to be actually sent down to the Senate floor until I can do the emergency measure again. Ooh, I will be able to do it in time. Never mind. Let's see if we can do galactic mobilization. I would love my beautiful fleet.
Research concluded.
And yes, I'm finally making the hyper relays in my territory. I kind of forgot to do that this time around. Not that it's really mattered too much, honestly. Our empire size is so very, very small. There we are. Their empire has been completely dissolved. But do not worry. We hold no grudge to your people, only that of your government. Your people will be treated well, and with love. Even if we have way too many unemployed now. Suddenly I really wish I did have a ring world. Thankfully these worlds have like no districts or buildings, so obviously that's where we need to really build up. Okay, I'll change the fortresses into something else. We don't need the nourishment centers at all, just not in the slightest that I needed. Our farming worlds now, thanks to the precursor stuff, is just insane. Yeah, same for boundary. Don't need those. Just turn them into research or... yeah, just amenities, I guess, for now. Same again. Double amenities. The auto forges I would like. The dimensional fabricators are fantastic. The affluent center, yeah, we'll keep it. So that's kind of what we'll go with for now. And also let's remove some of these stations because they are very expensive and putting me way over my limit. All but the main one. Actually, I'll remove that as well. What I'm going to do is put down a gateway here. We do have a gateway in our home territory. Okay, let's actually send a construction ship who's not making a Dyson sphere. Make a gateway there as well, and then that way we can just get all that lovely trade value nice and easily. Thankfully, I noticed the mistake I made just before I went ahead with this. What I really wanted was the Galactic Defense Force, not the mobilization, which just increases Navy capacity. I was going to wait and simply status quo this so I can get back to taking over the rest of the galaxy, but honestly, I made a promise to protect my vassals. And that's exactly what we're going to do. My fleet's now moving in, going straight for their homeworld. This will utterly remove the threat for the future, and of course, net us a beautiful world in the form of the Font of Knowledge. Their fleets are really out of the way. If we happen to go past their fleets, I will attack them.
Cleared.
No, we don't, because now we have a gateway for travel. We don't need that. Well, that's a shame.
Hailed.
Unlimited power.
We are being hailed. Knowledge.
Ooh,
is
the game has started to
the
really
universe.
lag out for some reason. Oh, we just got an achievement called Unboxing. The Prisoner. We have lowered the energy barrier. Oh, yeah, we were doing that, weren't we? We lowered the energy barrier that surrounded the world. What our scientists found was an indistinct habitable world devoid of civilization. With one notable exception, a small isolated hut was found perched on a mesa. Is that how you pronounce that? Either way, in the planet's northern hemisphere. Within the hut was a withered old Izruku. I'm guessing that was the Fallen Empire species, who has demanded to speak with our government. Hello there! Oh, I remember you. Of course, we'll welcome you to our services, Admiral. I believe you're a really, really strong Admiral. Oh, which would be great, because we're about to start production very soon of the Galactic Defense Force. You can lead that. There you go, reclaiming your lost honor. Yeah, you're a max level with Gale Speed, Fleet Logistician. Why am I saying everything so weirdly today? And Resilience. Okay, yes, you can live a very, very long time as well. You're lithoid, so that's fantastic. Just a max level Admiral. Can my Admirals even get... they can get max level. I kind of wish you had aggressive or something else, but still, that'll do. Almost there, the world will crumble. And we're sending one of MSI's species as our general.
Forces are making
Well, if they know one thing, it's how to invade a planet. The Senate has ratified the creation of a standing multinational military force intended for the defense of the galactic community. This galactic defense force will recruit its personnel from all community members, who are also required to contribute resources towards the construction of its fleets. And that simply manifests with it being less expensive than normal ships. With the GDF being placed under the direct command of the Unified Suns, the current galactic custodians, some fear that this potentially massive armada could be used as a tool of oppression. Others, however, applaud its creation, referring it to as the galaxy's first line of defense. The galaxy will become a safer place. I'm also going to be taking out the other Fallen Empire, I think. Although they are xenophiles, we've seen that the Fallen Empires are brutal, cruel, and fickle creatures. They will be removed. Peace will reign. Glory to the custodian. I mean, glory to the galactic community. Oh, my allies just threw themselves into the meat grinder then. Here we are to save the day and the remaining fighters. Where are those Strikecraft even going? Oh, Strikecraft will never not make me confused. Okay, looks like we're going to be kicked into status quo soon anyway. Thankfully, we are invading the archives, which is our last claim. So I think we can pretty much safely move out now. Once that's over, we'll have their two main worlds as a repayment. Meanwhile, our fleets are now being produced. We are producing the Galactic Defense Force fleets, although we are running into the problem of finally running out of minor artifacts. It took a long time, but we're finally kind of there. It's a shame we don't have the Rubricator, because I would be using that on cooldown, but I guess it's still best we're making all of our worlds into Gaia worlds one at a time. Yeah, not too sure what to do with that. We could just design a secondary version of this, just without the ancient saturator artillery, just with the normal one, but I love the idea of every single ship in the Galactic Defense Force having that, so I'll leave it for now. So after this then, we'll be going to war with the Progenitors, which is the other Fallen Empire. After that, we'll turn our attention and decide what we're going to do with this block that's left. I mean, if they weren't fanatic authoritarian, I would probably leave them, but they are, so yeah. Maybe they'll join willingly. We are getting ridiculously stronger than them now. We've kind of snowballed more than I think I've ever snowballed in a game. Not yet. We're not going to status quo just yet. The archives aren't quite fully ours. And there we have it. Okay, let's build a construction ship here so we can build a gateway nice and quickly. We don't want either, well, yeah, we don't want either of the stations, but for now we'll just remove one of them. So we have the Font of Knowledge, which is the main world. Oh lord, that is a lot of unemployment. Yeah, that's a lot of people who need to be moved out. We have saved the synthetics. I didn't realise until the very end the synthetics were basically being held as owned pops, so obviously we're very much against that. Good, an anti-crime leader would be fantastic right now. So, as per usual, just need to swap out the nourishment centres because they are utterly worthless to us. The affluent centres actually at the moment are okay. Everything else I kind of want to keep. The fortress isn't too bad. How many jobs is it? So it's 4 jobs. Yeah, you know what? I think I'll keep the fortresses this time around just because we do need the extra navy capacity. Then we have the archives, which is a Gaia world, and this one has the special building of the Master Archive, which just gives a load of extra units. Sorry, a load of extra research, as you can imagine. Okay, Skydome is going to be replaced. Right now, the amenities are messed up purely because of the devastation. That'll fix itself later. Oh, hopefully I have enough worlds to compensate for so many populations. I don't know if I've seen this before. So 2 of the entities from this system just randomly broke out and started attacking the systems nearby. Yeah, I think that's the first time I've ever seen that. I don't know if that's something that just happens randomly or something occurred. I'm not too sure. Weird.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Meanwhile, everything's looking pretty good in terms of our empire. We're going to try and pass this. I've never passed this before. Dangerous experiments might have dangerous results, but it's plus 20% damage against the endgame crisis. And because we're not in a federation, we don't have that plus 20, so yeah, may as well go with this. Researcher upkeep is also increased, but that's fine. Our economy is about to explode anyway. The matter decompressor and the Dyson sphere are just about to finish. So the weirdest thing, Old one, old one. These are the exiled ones. I have no idea what these are, but they randomly spawned here, so attacking the system. Oh, was it an event from the Fallen Empire territory? You know what, it might have been. I didn't do this event, but maybe one of my allies did. Either way, they're randomly attacking our system, so obviously we need to stop that, so we're sending in our ships. They're pretty. On top of all that, we're about to try and pass something a little bit weird. The Galactic Threats Committee. So this will increase our damage done to the endgame crisis by 20%. However, it does increase the cost of researchers. I'm hoping we can force it to pass. Okay, so maybe I'm misunderstanding something. When they have independent diplomacy, the subject is free to engage in most diplomacy of other empires and vote independently. They never oppose me. Even when it says they should be opposing me, they never oppose me. Is that something weird going on there, or just they're terrified of me? Because it would make sense either way, but I'm a little bit confused, to say the least. Oh, wow. Oh yeah, look, shielded worlds or something you're doing. You're the ones releasing all these into the space between us. Let's stop that, please. Just maybe. The very first stage of the matter decompressor is finished, the anchor. This will start to decompress the materials within the black hole for our glorious empire. I mean, it's 500 to begin with, which is great. So yeah, minerals are no longer going to be a problem. Our mineral worlds will be converted into tech and industry. I'm offering a more than fair deal here. I'm going to be losing lots and lots of tech and lots of resource for a very long time. In return, the awareness will willingly join us. So for 60 months, this is going to be just our problem, and then we can make a better deal, which will benefit both of us. Actually, if we do this, we can probably lessen that a bit. Oh, that's beautiful. Wow. Okay, so it's going to be losing loads of tech. Essentially, we're sharing the mysteries of the universe with the machine empire, which craves that. In return, they will become our protectorate, and we will guard them against all of the galactic threats. If they actually accept it. Lovely. Okay, so they joined us, and that was actually multiple since they did have vassals themselves, including a Minimar Specialized Industries. Oh, we're gonna change that deal soon, don't you worry at all. So how much am I actually losing then to the awareness? Ooh, that is a lot of tech. Okay, it's only for 60 months and it'll change. Everyone else happy? Yeah, protectorates I'll leave you as you are. Essentially, the only thing I want from the protectorate is a single holding. Other than that, we will guard you. Beautiful. All that's left now is the fanatic authoritarians, who will certainly not be joining us willingly, so that's going to be an all-out war, but let's be real, it's the rest of the galaxy versus them. But you also need the influence for the Forerunners. Okay, the progenitors go first, then an all-out war versus the United Nations, which again sounds weird. The fanatically authoritarian United Nations. So we are now at war against the Fallen Empire. Lovely. And the weirdest thing is, still, no one has voted on this. No one. Except for a couple of people with me. MSI is voting with me, which is really weird. Why is MSI voting with me? Oh god, you're so weak now. Oh, you currently have restricted voting. Okay, that makes sense. And I can't change that just yet, but I will. A lot of vassals I've grabbed recently I still need to change the deals of. For instance, I really don't want you to be a bulwark. I'm just going to let you be free, honestly, because I'm going to show kindness to my captors. Anyway, I still don't understand, though, why no one is not voting against me. Because they should be able to, with their type of democracy. They have independent democracy, and no one wanted this. Also, I just did a double negative, didn't I, by mistake? Well, that's not the biggest mistake I'm going to make today. Ah, we're making friends.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Wow.
We have lost a spaceport.
How did we lose so many in that fight? We had the exact same fight earlier and lost almost nothing. Maybe they're using anti-shield weapons unlike the ones before. Oof, that didn't seem great, honestly. A little bit surprised by that. Well, we just need to keep on moving forward. Oh, it's one off and then unity is a perfect little world.
Red alert.
We have a closer bond with one of our vassals. The Fallen Empire is once again being crushed. our fleet's return. Now, one thing is, I'm amazed how strong some of our vassals are. For instance, the state, have they already moved out? They might have already moved out. Well, the state had a couple of 150k fleets just relaxing around a second ago. And they're actually one of our protectorates. I think overall, the average is about 500,000 plus fleet power total per empire. This is why it had to happen this way. This is why peace has been established. Everyone is part of the Galactic Union, everyone has a say, and things are going great. And now, we expand... Okay, so they can vote against me. Yeah, it's so weird. So I'm gonna have to get some, favours for this one. I don't really have any favours at the moment, but I do have a lot of money, so I can, of course, simply pay them. So, a couple of things. First of all, at this moment I realise we've just become a good version of MSI, because we've just traded goods and our vast hordes of wealth in order to get what we wanted. But of course, the big difference is, we're not doing anything particularly evil with this, and also we're not engaging in active deception. They know what the deal is. We are giving them a big chunk of resources. In return, they give us favours which we can use on the Galactic stage. And that's exactly what we've done. That's all we've done. So it's still not that evil. God, I'm making a lot of excuses for our empire. I'll probably mention at the start that we are going to become MSI. It might even be in the thumbnail at this point. So I've been thinking about going to all the nations. The main problem is, it'll be a lot of loss of life. They have like 600k fleet power themselves, which they're going to use to defend their borders and attack all of my vassals nearby. It'll be a truly horrific war. So what if we instead use politics? Ban the organic ownership trade, go down heavily the route of the greater good. By doing this, we can go here, which bans a lot of the more cruel versions of ownership, and then I think... There we go, yeah, ownership of all types is banned. Okay. However, we'd have to change our living conditions. That's fine, we're about to get loads more resources anyway, so that's fine. Universal prosperity mandate. Interesting. Yeah, so that's what we could do. Move this, add huge sanctions, that way we don't have to go to war with these final empires, which would just be a protracted and bloody war on both sides. I think that's what the Empire would do at this point. Unless we can get them to join willingly through trade, which I might try and do similar to the machines. Though that's going to be a lot more difficult, I think. They're a lot less willing to do that. Matter decompressor continues to advance. The Dyson Sphere frame is about to finish, and so is the Coordination Center. After that, we're going to build the Mega Shipyard, which will be our final real mega structure. Oh no, I forgot to name that one. Well, I'll name it when we actually get it, okay? We have a lot of unnamed ones now just because of all the different wars we've been to, so, well, they are named, but named by their previous owners, who we've chosen to respect. Oh, Cradle is not doing well, that's... Yeah, it's a lot of issues right there. We have decided to show kindness to MSI, so we're not taking any of their resources, we're only taking 30% of their tech, and since they're going to be the specialised empire, they will get bonuses for their tech anyway. More and more and more research. Oh yeah, and now that's been changed. I'm back up to 4k energy per month. I was losing like 4k to them. It was just kind of insane. Which means now, as I get the influence for it, I can start doing this. No longer taking from my vassals, which is what I wanted to do all along. Gonna run out of influence pretty quickly doing this, but still, okay, yep, that's all the influence for now. I'll be doing that, changing them over, then once I have influence again, I'll start putting down claims to remove the fallen empires fully. And I'm hoping we can, through friendship and diplomacy, stop all the naughty things these empires around here are doing. And then, yeah, a completely peaceful galaxy. And that should be it.
Research concluded.
Status change, which means I should... Yep, I am now the ruler of the Federation. I am the custodian of the galaxy. My morals are above all others. And unlike any dictator, unlike any tyrant, I truly am just. The Federation fleet is being built up. Sadly, not with all the ships I wanted, and certainly not the designs I want just yet, although I have changed them, so hopefully... Yeah, some of them are now finally being changed. Why does that cruiser have half of its ship missing? Lathrix? What did you do to the cruise? Oh my god, why are there so many frigate designs? I didn't do that. I made one. Oh, there isn't half of it missing. I've just changed it to that. Okay, never mind. Lathrix wasn't as dumb as it first seems. The rest will be upgraded once the mega shipyard is constructed, which is being constructed over here. Oh, my speech is degrading quickly. It's now like 4 AM. I need to really stop recording this soon. But I am having a lot of fun with it. Also, I am now trying to pass more good guy stuff, as I promised I would. So, beginning with Charter of Workers' Rights, and then I'm going to keep on pushing that all the way to at least balance in the middle, because that will stop all types of slavery. Oh, that's so annoying. So, I accidentally missed a vote to go to war. I was paying attention to other stuff. I was literally just about to make claims over here, and then, yeah, we're now at war with the United Nations, everything else. So on the upside, once we win this, they're going to be devastated. There's going to be very little... Wow, even our smaller vassals are quite strong now. There's going to be very little of them left. Their fleet power is going to be just basically removed, everything else. So likely, because we'll still probably have decent relations with them, we might be able to vassalize them willingly, even if they are an overlord. So this isn't the way I wanted to go about things, but maybe this will be at least the beginning of the end for that little group. The problem is the endgame crisis can spawn anytime after 4 years, which will definitely still be in this war. Their borders have been destroyed, our forces are marauding through their territory. One world after the other will fall to our righteous armies. What good is a righteous warrior without a righteous war? Okay, we're getting very, very close now to their capital world. Problem is, there are claims absolutely everywhere, so we're definitely not going to get a victory here. I need to end this war soon, because otherwise what we're going to have is a serious problem of us being at war when the endgame crisis arrives, if it arrives early, which I really, really hope it does. Okay, they're breaking through there, that's fine. I've not got any of the allies following me. I've made sure not to set it that way. Oh, it's a little baby dragon somewhere here. That's really it. Just a matter of we have obliterated their fleet, which makes their fleet power now pathetic, which means they're very, very likely to follow us willingly afterwards as long as they stay friendly. Which, weirdly, they probably will. Just because everything that's currently going on. So, hopefully we can get this done very, very soon.
Engaging hostile forces.
Also, apparently just found one of our homeworlds. With their borders shrunk, their military dismantled, and their economy on the verge of collapse, the fanatic authoritarians have seen the light and repented, and have joined us as a willing protectorate. In return, we are giving them all of the food, minerals, and energy they need, in addition to lots and lots of research. They will climb back onto the Galactic stage in time, but they will do so peacefully, and in the correct way. Their two former vassals have also, of course, joined us, and we will be upholding their current deals until 60 months have passed, in which I will give them better ones, because both the deals were absolutely atrocious, absolutely throttling their collective economies. Also, this happened. Strange bedfellows. I don't know why it's happened now. The MSI have been part of that federation for a long time. So yeah, this is really weird, because we've had MSI in our federation for ages. Today, we enter into a federation with MSI. When we first claimed our freedom, such a development would have been unthinkable. That we are now able to engage in peaceful diplomacy with our erstwhile captors speaks to a growing maturity of our nation. There are those among us who would not be happy with this decision, but in this case, the ends truly justify the means. Minus 10% happiness for a while. Yeah, that should have happened ages ago. There you go, Galaxy. Your tax alloys being put to use. The end of the Raiders. I think that's it for all of those. You're not part of my federation, are you? Do you want to be? I mean, don't really mind, honestly.
Research concluded.
It's the easiest way to get people to join the federation. Because normally, these would not be in a federation together. Too many groups trying to fight each other. Word has reached us from our contacts in the Galactic community. Legislation is in the works that would ban the enslavement of all organic populations. For us, there can be no compromise. Slavery is a stain upon the galaxy. We must do what we can to end it permanently. Of course there's an interaction with that. I wish I thought about that sooner. Hopefully, we'll also get the greater good interactions, but yeah, so we are obviously heavily promoting this. It will pass. And we'll end it as soon as we can. Wow, so many fighting against it, though. Oh, come on, you don't even have owned populations. You're a bloody robot. A monumental day at the Galactic Market, which made the decision today to outlaw the enslavement of organic populations. No longer will the people of the galaxy need to fear oppression at the hands of petty thugs and profit-hungry corporations. We can all rest easier tonight. Plus 10% happiness, plus 15% unity for a while. Should have done that considerably earlier. And as soon as I can, I will also put into plan the 5 years plans. Too many plans there. Which will make basic subsistence banned. One of the fallen empires has fell, only one fallen empire remains. As soon as we have enough influence to claim all their worlds, we'll do so and remove this last threat to peace. Well, that was why we were about to go to war with them. I just couldn't yet. So they've just woke up. They're still nowhere near strong enough to fight us. Where are my major fleets? I'm sure they were just here 2 seconds ago. Where did I move my fleets? Hello, where are you? Why did I send you both back? Oh, I'm a dum-dum. Okay, move back into position anyway. My 1.6 million power fleet. We're gonna melt shields. Oh, please be the Unbidden. The Unbidden will be so fun now. Or the Contingency, just not the Scourge. Oh yeah, I'm also trying to be nicest to the few pre-FTL which are still around the galaxy. That took so much influence, but finally the awareness is now one of our science vassals rather than just taking a copious amounts of science from us, and because of that we're all the way up to 46k per month now, which is really, really good. As you can imagine, our fleets are looking terrifying. Even if they only do hard counter one of the 3 in-game crises, they're still going to just do so much damage. I'm very, very confident at this point. And it's only 2 years until we can go to war against the Directors, the last empire which isn't either in our federation or our direct vassal. There are several who are actually the vassals of the coalition, our federation founder, and the rest are either federation members or, yeah, vassals themselves. I don't think there's any other empire, though I will triple check after we take out the Awakened Empire. Ooh, actually, because there's an Awakened Empire, I could make myself the Emperor. No, I like it as it is now. This is far less evil. Yes, we are the custodian, we are the guardian. We are here to help. The 5-year plans have been enabled. More worker happiness and more diplomatic weight from your populations. The people are what matter in your empire. Then greater than ourselves, basic sustenance and stratified economy are banned. Oh, and pretty much all regular slavery types are banned, except for indentured servitude, it seems, so that's a one-off. Yeah, it does seem like we'll have to go all the way to balance in the middle. Don't think I'll go all the way, though, because that's a bit extreme. All fleets are moving in. This is the end. Also, I didn't have to make claims, it turns out, because they woke up midway through putting down all those claims. This is just a end threat type war.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Oh, Strikecraft, I love you, but could you just do your job for once? That would be so good. Need to now quickly take out all the stations. Then our ground forces can move in. Do I have some more ground forces I was already making? Yes, I do. Lovely. Not as many as I expected to be done by now, but still, that's enough. I just had to make my main fleet retreat because of me not noticing all of their enemy fleets in the same system and me headbutting them. And then the second that happened, the Unbidden arrive. So, yay, Unbidden, this is the crisis we wanted. Boo, I don't have fleets to fight them right now.
Situation log has been updated.
I mean, I do have fleets, don't get me wrong. No, I have a good amount of backup fleets. It'll be fine, it'll be fine. How long until my fleets return? Okay, actually not that long, that's really good. In that case, we need to kind of wait. So they're there currently. How do I get to their territory nice and easily? There's a gateway there. Okay, so let's go and defend the homeworld. Oh, there's a gateway right there. That's not really where I want to jump, though, right this second. I mean, I could. We do hard counter them. We might end up losing these fleets, but I would also like to see how they would do. It depends how many head there. I'm hoping just one fleet heads there. We can see what happens. Yeesh, that is a 13 million fleet. Well, that is definitely a thing, I have to say. I have to classify that as a thing. All allied fleets are moving into this gateway system.
Our station is under assault.
Okay, looks like 2 of the enemy fleets are heading there. 1 is just sitting back to obliterate this machine world. Oh man, I'm probably going to lose fleets here, but it's also got a nice station where I can get to. I'm also trying to muster allied fleets to follow mine. We'll see what happens. Okay, the Awakened Empire is down. It's fine. It's all dealt with. Still can't believe that exact bloody moment is the moment the Unbidden appear. What are the odds of that? That's just absurd.
Fire.
Welp. Do I have everything already active? Let's double check. Yeah, except for fuel, which I don't really want on right now. Oh, so their numbers drop a little bit there. Only my main fleet, which is still currently missing, is using all of the artifact weapons. These are kind of a mix of the two. But it seems like they're certainly getting the job done. Never mind yet, they're melting through. The strike craft are there now as well. A lot of the smaller ships especially are dying from our allies, but that's kind of their purpose, let's be real. In a few more days, the main fleet returns. If we can take out both of these, that is so... Oh, look at that. As soon as I requested assistance, every one of my allies is coming through. This is why I had to put my fleets in this system, because I need that gateway.
Our station is under assault.
Look at those lovely kinetic shots everywhere. Yeah, they just melt through shield. Absolutely melt through it. Finally, the main fleet is here. This is the one which actually contains all the specialist weaponry. Okay, you won't take too long to get there at all. You're already going through the gateway.
Concluded.
Oh my god, more fleets are already... Oh! God, that's a lot of fleets. How did you make so many so quickly? What? I don't know if I should stay here or not. I mean, with so many of our allies already here and more on the way. Do I risk this? I do have a mega shipyard fully operational, just in case. I think I'm going to risk it.
Spaceport under fire.
The galaxy is united against all external threats. And it is laggy because of it. Look at the sheer number. It's like a swarm, isn't it? Face the wrath of lag. You have entered the lag galaxy, fools.
We have lost.
Okay, their numbers keep dropping down, which is great. It seems like as soon as their shield goes, their hull instantly melts because we're also doing bonus damage to hull with those weapons, so we're not really seeing... It doesn't look like the shields are dropping because every time one dies, it's taking both its shield and its hull from the total. That is insane. Okay, down to 10 mil already, though. That is definitely going to be a win. I'm going to leave the system for a second, though, because, wow. Are they stronger than I remember, or what? Like, I mean, we're going to win, but we're going to lose so much in the process.
Engaging hostile forces.
And there's another one. It's actually not too bad because we're already fighting the first. Everything's in a good position to just instantly eradicate this one. Yet the strike craft already out. I guess that's also one of the big problems. When you counter the Unbidden, the strike craft are kind of not great 'cause how long it takes for them to arrive at the enemy. They're only good versus the contingency and the scourge because of their ability to counter their own weapons. Okay, here comes another one. And that's the last two. I think we've got this. I really do think we've got this. Did we not lose any of our... Oh, interesting. We didn't lose any of the main battleships. Looks like we only lost... Looks like it was our allies who lost most of their forces since they're using such close quarters ships. Hopefully they run their last three in one at a time again. No, they're moving away. I really don't want to enter this system unless I have to. Go on, fight me. They are able to make fleets so quickly. There's two there, and now there's two at the base again. There's this constant throwing of enemies at us. Okay, once this one goes through... Yeah, there's two more now. Okay, we need to just go through, don't we, clearly. Is that going to be okay, is the question. Just double checking everything we've got. That was annoying. Half our fleets entered through over there, half of them over here. It's much better when they're all clumped up, but sure, at least it's distracting this small group from the main fight. Maybe that's actually a smarter play and I just didn't see it, who knows. Yeah, so we ended up losing the fleets. The problem is it's a terribly small system. It had all of them there, and we ended up getting too close in terms of close quarters. New ships, I will start no longer using strikecraft, which is going to help out a lot. Other than that, just reinforce our fleets. It shouldn't take too long. Again, I do have a fully functioning mega shipyard, and then we can attack again. Their fleets are incredibly weakened right now, and so we can probably just keep up the pressure, plus our allies are also reinforcing constantly, and should be able to push back quite a bit. Not the best, but still not the worst. Well, that's better. Yes, they're entering this system again. We're going to be able to mostly take them out, I think.
The key to the universe.
If not completely win this fight. As long as it's mostly winning, then I'm still happy enough. I'll still be happy enough. I'm sending in loads of little ships to distract their fleets who are stuck by the gateway. In the meantime, I'm jumping in ships to attack their last station here, and then the actual dimensional portal itself. If we can just about make it, that would be great. Can either one please jump in? That would be wonderful, thank you. I didn't realise they had armour. The stations have armour since when? I did not know that. Well, that's a potential problem we were running into. That's it, just keep on going.
Lost a fleet.
As soon as this station's gone, then the portal itself becomes vulnerable. There we go, dimensional portal down, no more reinforcements for them. All that's left now is to hold off for a short while and actually get enough forces together to destroy the remaining few fleets. It's only a few million fleet power, that is absolutely nothing in comparison to what we've killed already. Funnily enough, looking back on the footage and everything else, I think it was actually the lack of strikecraft which caused major problems with us being in such close quarters. I'd actually swapped them to this design a while back without realising it. And then I put them right next to the enemy, which it also turns out had armour which we couldn't chew through with these weapons. That's what got us killed, not the strikecraft. Whoops.
We are being hailed. Research concluded.
Glorious cannon fire. The invasion has been defeated. We have defended the galaxy as a united front. Our ideals cemented forever in history. How long until I can do this? You know what, we're going to wait around at least until we have one more of these done, because this at least takes away all the worst things, but you can obviously assume we'd be able to do balance in the middle as well. Oh, once again, This is giving us a bonus then. Word has reached us from our contacts of the Galactic community. Legislation is in the works that would ban chattel slavery and livestock throughout the galaxy. If we truly profess to favour freedom, we must stand on the side of change. What will our people think if we fail to act? Of course, we're the ones who actually put this forwards, and I'll make sure it definitely passes. I doubt we're going to have time really to go further than that though, since then there's a huge delay before you can propose one again within the same area.
Concluded.
And so the session ends early. Greater than ourselves passes. A great day at the Galactic community, where members voted to outlaw most forms of slavery, and no longer will the people of the galaxy need to fear oppression at the hands of petty thugs and profit-hungry corporations. So, the same one as the last one, but still pretty good. I'm assuming then there'll also be an event if you go all the way down to balance in the middle, or maybe even the universal prosperity mandate, which is obviously where this galaxy is now going. Now, even the tyrants in control cannot ply their wicked trade. Everything is at peace, and will always be at peace forevermore. Together, this galaxy is strong, united, and under the correct way of thinking. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a wild video to record. It was just such a power jump once we started getting our first vassals. Everything went absolutely mad. In the next video, I may need to ban myself from using vassals. I do think they're very imbalanced at the moment, as you've seen. Even with the challenging origins, you can just snowball so quickly and just become the absolute galactic ruler. Perhaps I'll also turn off scaling difficulty, even if I do really love scaling, so it just feels like everything flows better. But we shall see. Thoughts are very welcome in the comments, and with that, if you have enjoyed today's video, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff, helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Stellaris is a series you wish to see continued in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and I have to say, this was definitely my favourite of the 2 new origins I've tested out. So much lore and way too much reading. I'm now going to fall into a deep sleep, where I don't need to read anything ever again. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. See you soon with the last of the 3 origins.